This week we're in San Jose, California for the Tech Musem Awards, where I met one of the laureates who's working on climate change in a really original way.
Well, I'm Doering, and I'm from the University of Minnesota. And one project that we have is called Go North. And Go North is an adventure learning project where we actually dog sled through Arctic locations. We are actually doing a circumpolar perspective. We've gone to Canada, Alaska, Russia, Norway, Sweden, and Finland, the Fennoscania region last year, and now this coming year, Greenland. And while we do this, we deliver it live, synchronously and asynchronously to students worldwide, associated with an online learning environment at pluralhusky.com, and then also a K-12 curriculum.
So what's the purpose behind it?
So the purpose behind this is many, actually. So first of all, we get students to collaborate among countries. So we have students from the Arctic collaborating with students to Africa, students to Australia, and they're collaborating not only around the content that they're learning within their classroom, that is the content related to standards and the national standards, but more importantly related to climate. And so we have students in the Arctic talking about how their lives have changed as a result of climate change. How we have the elders speaking about traditional ecological knowledge, about how what they have seen over time in the regions of the Arctic. It's actually the first circumpolar online education program. So we literally dog sled through these regions. We're welcomed into the communities because we are traveling the traditional way. And we're able to then get students to collaborate not only with each other, but also with experts on climate change around the world. Well, in 2004 was what we call Arctic Transect. That was a 6-month trip. We left in the end of December to June. And then every subsequent trip has been about 4 months. And so we literally identify the location of travel. So for example, in Alaska, we travel from Circle, Alaska, up to Kaktovik, over to Prudhoe Bay. In Russia, in Chukotka, which is 80 miles west of Nome, Alaska, across the Bering Strait, we travel from Prevedenia up to Laurentia. And last year, we spent another 4 months in going through Fennoscania, Norway, Sweden, and Finland, in the region of Sami.
And you personally have done these trips?
Oh yes, yes. In fact, this is one of our pictures here from, this is in 2004. What we do here is actually on Friday we create an education day. We stop traveling by dog sled and we put together all the media artifacts and we write a trail report, and that coincides with the K-12 curriculum. And so here I am working in the tent, and then we send it out with satellite technologies. Then it's available on Monday for all the world to see. And now that's asynchronous. We also have synchronous events too, where we're doing it real time. And you can see here, as the frost builds up the wall, our temperatures that we endure are, well, I mean, it's 65 below, 40 below Fahrenheit is very common. Do I see change over time? And my answer to that is that it's not necessarily you see it because you're only there in a speck of time, but what you do is you hear it. And you hear it from the elders. You hear it from these individuals who have had these traditional stories passed down from generation to generation, and they see how their lives have changed. They can't go out onto the ice anymore at the same time as they used to. It freezes later, it breaks up early. But what we have to understand is that these people are still living the traditional way. And they're still going out and they're going caribou hunting. They're traveling with the reindeer, the Uranga, in Russia. They are still fishing. And this is their way of life, and their way of life is changing. And I don't think people are realizing this, and what we are able to do then is to give them a voice. And that voice is that we do this through the online learning environment. And we do it through interviews, we do it through them creating blogs. First Arctic blog in the Alaskan Arctic was created in 2006. So that's our mission.